Hey, what's up everybody and welcome. Welcome to Jazz and Marty. I'm Marty and today we're going to be making this. It's a DIY display case, alright? Now, if you've been following us for a while, then you know I'm a huge wrestling fan. And if you didn't know that, I'm going to put a link up here or in the description box below to our DIY Ric Flair Robe video. Alright, but anywho, I'm a wrestling fan and I bought a new piece, so I needed something to display my piece in, but I also needed it to be on this little 7-inch shelf. Couldn't find anything online, so I had to make something, alright? So without any further ado, let's hop into this thing. But before we do that, here's a little history on a display case.
Now it's time for History with Marty.
Did you know that the first display case could be traced back all the way to 5000 BC? In fact, scientists have found cave paintings from early man depicting these display cases filled with all types of prehistoric and Jurassic treasures. Did you also know that the world's largest display case could be found in a quaint little roadside attraction in Display, Saskatchewan? Have you ever asked yourself what came first, the window or the display case? Well, I have that answer. It is in fact the display case, because what is a window other than a display to house the world's greatest treasure? And that treasure is you.
This has been History with Marty.
Alright, so here's what you're gonna need. E6000 glue. You're gonna need a large frame. Now I use a poster frame. It's about 11 by 14 inches. You're also going to need 2 smaller frames. Now, for instance, since my poster is 11 by 14, I needed something that was 11 inches high and about 6 inches in depth. Alright, you're also going to need glue gun and glue sticks. You're going to need a pen, a razor blade. You're also going to need fabric, whichever color your frames are. You're going to need a large piece of cardboard, LED strips. You're also going to need spray paint, also the color of your frames, and you're also going to need scissors, alright? Now, that's pretty much it. Let's hop into this thing. Okay, first thing you want to do is take all of your cardboard and backings out of your frames. Make sure not to throw your larger frames backing away. Then you want to take your E6000 glue and you want to glue along the edges of your largest frame. Next, you want to take that frame and put it on top of your 2 smaller frames, like this. Now, the reason I use E6000 glue here is because it gives me extra time to adjust it before it dries. Finally, you want to take something heavy and place it on top of where your edges meet and let it dry overnight. Once it dries, you should have something that looks like this. Next, you want to take your larger frame backing and spray paint it. When you finish, you should have something that looks like this. Next, you want to glue your backing to the back of your case with your E6000 glue, making sure the spray painted side is what can be seen inside of your case. Place something heavy on the edges and let it dry. And boom, when it's finished drying, you should have something that looks like this. Okay, this next part is optional. I wanted to make a shelf for the inside of my case, so the first thing I did was trace the inside of my case onto a piece of cardboard and cut it out. You'll need 2 of these. Make sure everything fits flush. Next, figure out how high you want your shelf. Then cut several straps out of your cardboard that are that height and that are long enough to be rolled up. Next, you want to use your glue gun and glue them onto one of your previous cut pieces of cardboard. These will be our shelf support. I lucked up and had a large mailing tube I could cut up for this. Once it's dry, make sure it can fit flush inside the case. Now we can bring our fabric over and cut and glue it onto our shelf. It may help to do it in pieces. Okay, now we can bring another piece of cardboard over and trace the top of our case onto it and cut it out. You'll need 2 more pieces of this. Okay, it's time to mark where our lights are going to go. Line up one of your pieces of cardboard with your case and trace the inside of your case onto it. Next, grab your ruler and trace a 1-inch border around it and cut the inside out, leaving a space for your light cord. Hot glue your pieces together and we can spray paint the inside of that. Next, bring your fabric over and glue it onto your card. When you finish, you should have something that looks like this. Next, we can cut our lights to the desired length and place them inside of our top, making sure your cord is in the space we made. And that's pretty much it. Let's put this thing together and see what it looks like. Alright y'all, now I think this turned out really well if I do say so myself. Alright, now you can put your pops in here, you can put figurines in here, what have you. The sky's the limit with this. Alright, now if you like this video, please hit that like and that share button and head over to the Jazz and Marty Facebook page where we're always posting updates on DIY and craft videos. Also, check us out on TikTok. I made a video there and it can also be seen in the shorts here on YouTube below. Alright, now like that, this will be the end. Peace.